Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. This is the start of my Coliseum project, first floor. I'm going to start with the foundation and we are going to go step by step. So brace yourselves, here we go. Step 1 gets the foundation. Basically just what you see here. And don't worry, I'm going to explain everything in detail. Because we got a lot of information to go over. First things first, measurements. Now this is a perfectly round circle Coliseum, but it is 200 blocks from left to right. So, let's just do this. And I'll explain those pillars in a minute, just, one step at a time. So from this spot here, that is the outer wall, all the way, whoop, whoop, all the way, to this very block. That is 200 blocks even. And it will not be any larger than this. And let me just go up a little bit. So from that side to that side is also 200. So first things first, you got to make sure you know where you're going to build this. I recommend building this in a desert. I had to start a separate creation world map because the map I have my Voltron stuff on, it wasn't big enough. Well, when I say big enough, that brings me to my next part. Let's see here. We want, because you need 50 blocks under the Coliseum, and my Voltron map only had like 4 blocks. So here's the build in total: 200 blocks wide, 50 blocks tall, which really isn't that much, 50 blocks underground. If you don't have 50, you can do a 10 at the minimum. If you really wanted to push it to 7 or 8, you probably can. But the reason we are doing this is for an underground armory. And the less room you have, chances are it's going to look like crap. So that's just my recommendation. Now here is my current map. The very bottom is 1 bedrock. I have 50 layers of dirt and 1 sand. And that sand is this one right here that we are standing on. So that is what I built my map out of. And to go into further details, I have the 1 bedrock, 20 layers of dirt, and this 10 empty spaces. Well, that's not empty. That's something we have to hollow out ourselves. That is going to be the underground armory. And above it is 20 layers of dirt, and then this 1 sandstone. This is my recommendation. Now, if you don't have it, you can go a 10 minimum, 7 or 8 pushing it, but try to do this, even if you have to build a separate map. Now, the underground armory is completely optional, so if you don't want to do it, you can easily make an armory like on any given corner of this Coliseum, because we are going to have more than enough room, so don't even sweat it. It's your choice. But here's the measurements. Pause, write it down, do what you got to do. Now, for the nitty-gritty. Now, for fun, this spot right here happens to be 0, 0 on this brand new map. I just think it's makes it easier. So that way you can just go this, or here, let's do this one. Haha. See, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I did this every 10, so that's 20, 30, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. This is block number 50 from the very middle. It is worth making a one line from the middle to here, 50 blocks, just to give yourself a reference point. Now for the foundation, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles that we gotta build. And yeah, this is going to be fun. If you're thinking, yeah, circles are no problem, piece of cake, yeah, ask yourself that same question by the time we're done with this. These circles are going to wear you out. Anyway, grab some oak planks. Now, the reason we are doing oak planks for two reasons. One, this is basically going to be a wall by the time we're done. So these wood planks, they're going to be completely covered up and we will not see it. So we need these as a reference point. And if you want to use like sandstone or something, it's kind of hard to see. So wood is easier to see. And that's another thing. We're basically building this entire Coliseum out of sand. Sand and sandstone. Alright, now on with the first circle. Now here's your middle point. Now we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 6 there, that middle. So technically that middle one is the 7th, and we need 6 on this side. So 6 plus 6 plus 1 equals 13 for your very first line. Now come over here, and remember we're circling inwards. So your next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, let me pause you right there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows of 2. Okay? And then a 1. 1, 2. A 1. Another 1. Another 1. And another 1. So let me pause again. This is 4 1s. And now a 2. Now this part, you turn and make another 2. Because technically this right here is the exact corner of the circle. And we got 1, 1, 1, 1. That is 4 singles. And now a 2, a 1, another 2, a second 2, a third 2, and a 4 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And boom, we have made one corner of the Coliseum. And from this part, go ahead and grab some sand and build a line from here all the way over to the middle, assuming that you did that 2 minutes ago. And that should line up perfectly with that side. Okay, now this part, you can either rewind the video, replay the last 2 minutes of this corner, or just simply pause, run on over here, and count how many blocks you just did. Okay, so we did that many, run over here, and place them. Whatever you want to do, make this same design 3 more times, and boom, our first circle is done. Now I do want to point out, now these circles are the foundation of this Coliseum. If you are off by one single block, it will mess up this entire circle. And I'm no stranger to making mistakes. If you've caught all of my Voltron videos, I think I've made at least one minor mistake in every single video. Here, I'll just give you a quick show. Now, I mean, this is like perfectly symmetrical circles. I mean, I love symmetry and being perfect. Anyway, as the point I was making, if you made one minor mistake, don't wait to fix it. Go back, figure out what you did wrong, and fix it. Trust me on this. I have learned this the hard way when I first built this Coliseum, 4 years ago was it? If you're off by one block and you wait to fix it, you will regret it. So, in closing, you make a mistake, go back and fix it. Just do it. Fix it. Trust me on this. 100% just fix it. As you can see, I did all of these circles off camera, and I made plenty of mistakes when the original build was right in front of me on my Nintendo Switch. So anyway, now that your first circle is done, let's talk about the underground armory. Now, we are going to hollow it out right now. It's up to you if you want to do it now, at the end of the video, or just wait till tomorrow. But either way, do it now. Do it sooner rather than later. So, get your coordinates out. assuming you are using the same measurements as I am, go ahead and start right here in this middle. You want to go down by 30 blocks. Whee! And I already did some of this ahead of time. Here, let me go forward just a little bit. Okay, so we are 30 blocks under the sand, which means 20 blocks under us is the bedrock, or into the void. And, come on up here real quick. Don't worry, I'll give you guys plenty of details. Da-da-da! So the underground armory is going to be the exact shape of this inner circle. Block for block. Now, I ain't going to lie, that's a pretty big project. One thing you can do is pick a corner here and just start digging down until you reach that 30 block mark and make the same design as you did up there. Like, remember that first one was a 6? Well, there's a 6. And then there's a 5, and then a 4, a 3, and etc., etc. That is something to do. Let's see here. Yep. Hang on. Fly character. Sheesh. Button got stuck for a second there. Huh. So, an easy way of doing this is to pick every single corner, dig down to 30, and then just hollow out the design that we just barely made. So if you recall, we were down there like the 2s maybe? Did we finish all the 2s? Here, let's just dig here and find out. There we go. Haha. Yep, because we were right there. And you basically finish this design all the way around until you get back there. Fun, right? And once you do that, you need to dig up 10 blocks, which just happens to be right here. So from there to there, it's going to take you a long time to do this. I'm not going to lie. You might want to do this like one day, do this. And the second day, do the circles above. Something like that. I mean, I'm going to finish this off camera, because that's definitely going to take a while. I think the next episode, I will definitely have the underground armory hollowed out, and explain it a second time, just in case somebody decided to wait. And just to recap, whoops. So those 10 empty spaces that I just showed you, that's the armory. Under it is 20, and above is 20. Now, if you ain't got that much space, at the very least, under the Coliseum, try to get 10. You know what? Cancel that. Get this. Just do this. Save yourself a headache. Okay, I know I talked a lot the first 13 minutes. I tend to do that sometimes. Anyway, recap. First circle is done. Underground armory is the exact same circle, but 30 blocks under you, with 10 empty spaces. That's a lot of filling in. Let's move on to the second circle. Alright, so from this wall, we want 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is number 12. Okay, now we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 there. Count that middle, so that's technically 10. And another 9 on this side. So your first row is 9 plus 9 plus 1. Which, you know, I'm sure you can do the math at that point. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 9, that's 19. Haha! 19 blocks. Anyway, your next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And let me pause you right there. So that is 4 rows of 2s. 1. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. I'll pause you. 3 singles. A 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's a second part of 3 singles. And here we are turning. So that's a 2. 1, 1, 1. Wonderful rows of 3s. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I'll pause you again. That is 4 rows of 2s. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're back to that being the 10. So from here, I want you to go ahead and count back 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 being this wall. Now, if your second circle is not lined up with this measurements, rewind, go back and find out what block you missed. Because, like I said 5 minutes ago, if you made one mistake, go back and fix it, or you will regret this. I know from experience, so trust me on that one. Okay, so now that the first corner of your second circle is done, do the same thing for the other 3 corners of that circle. Pretty fun, right? And when you're done with that, we will move on to the third circle. Okay, assuming you are ready for the third circle, from the second circle wall, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So the wall will be on number 13. Lucky 13. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so that's 13 right there. Now we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So literally the exact same thing we just did. Yep. And of course 9 on this side as well. So that makes your first row 19 blocks. Fun. Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And I'll pause you there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is 5 2s. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, let me pause and count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a row of 9 singles. Fun. 9. And that is basically your corner piece of the circle. Now we need to turn. 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. A second 2, a third 2, 4 2s, and 5 2s. And I'll pause you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 rows of 2s. And a 3, a second 3, a 4, then a 3, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 being the middle one, which makes that row a 19. And again, I want you to build a small wall from this wall to that wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as I've said, I'm pretty much going to repeat this after every circle. If you do not have the same measurements, go back, figure out what block you misplaced, and fix it. Trust me, just fix it. And you should be used to how things are rocking and rolling. So the third corner is done. Do that 3 more times, however you want to do it. Pause it or just rewind the last 2 minutes. And when you are done with the third circle, we will move on to the last 2 circles. Alright, so how you folks doing? You've made 3 circles so far, and you know what? I'm not a betting man, but I'm betting some of you made a few mistakes. It happens. When you're dealing with circles, it's bound to happen. So you ready for the next 2 circles? Are you doing this on the same day? Honestly, I really hope you're not, because there is a good chance you are going to get burnt out making these circles. You're going to be like pulling your hair out of your heads, like, oh my god, Prime, you're killing us with all these circles. So by all means, do this part like, tomorrow or something. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, so this is wall 3 of circle 3. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 12. This time the 12 is right on the wall. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 9? Cool. Alright. So 9 on that side, and 9 on that side. It's exactly the same. Would have thought it'd be 1 block different, but hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me pause you right here. So technically, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's pretty simple to remember. And make sure you get that second row of 3s. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. A third 2. A 4, 2. And then a 1. I'll pause you. 1, 2, 3, and 4 2s. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1, 1. 1, 2. 1. Yeah, we're on the corner part. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 singles. 10 singles. And now we turn. 2, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1. 2, 2, 1. 1, 2. 2 2s. 3 2s. 4 2s. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 2s. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you remember from before, so that is 1 3, that is 2 3s. 4, 5, 6, and lastly is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Boom, there's your number 10, and so on and so forth. And I kid you not, I'm going to repeat myself. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on the beam. If your measurements are off, go back and double check. Just trust me. Just do it. Just do it. And I think you know by now what to do. Do the same design for the last 3 corners of circle number 4. And when you're done, we will move on to the very last circle. Just a quick spoiler alert. Yes, this is the last main circle, but there's a couple hidden circles throughout the build. But, you know, I don't want to scare you off. That is much later down the road. Anyway, when you're ready. So, here we go. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Which makes the wall on number 13. So basically, there's practically 12 blocks in between every wall. You know, sometimes the 12 is on the wall, and sometimes it's before the wall, like this. Either way, just follow what I've said, and you should be fine. Alright, so that's your middle piece. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks. So there's 11, and there's another 10. That makes 21 blocks. Hoo-wee! Now for the fun part. Oh, and just saying, the bigger the circle, the higher the chances that you're going to make a small mistake. So, you know, don't beat yourself up. It happens. Or if you made all 5 without making a single mistake, hey, make sure you brag about it in the comments. Hee. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's the second 2. Here's a third 2. And a fourth 2. And I'll pause you. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 rows of 2s. 1. 1, 2. Another 2. A 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 1. 2. 1. Alright, let's count with me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 singles. Oh my god. 14. 14. Woohoo! And now, at that part, we turn. 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2 2s, 3 2s, 4 2s, 4 2s, woohoo! 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, a second 4, a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, making you block 11. And so on and so forth. And like I always say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If your measurements are off, yo, take the time, go back, check it. Whew, and finish that same design for the remainder of this circle. Okay, first off, you finished 5 giant circles. I have a question. Did you make a mistake? 1 block. Did you make a mistake? Anyone? Come on, be honest. I made, I don't know, maybe like a dozen mistakes making these off camera. Tell me in the comments. If you didn't make a mistake, ooh, good job for you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Heck, even if you did make a mistake, give yourself a pat on the back. Now, is that the hard part? Yeah. Anyway. So, now the fun part. Oh, sugar. Okay, you guys might hate me for this one. Now, don't worry, you don't have to remeasure anything. But, why didn't I start with this side? This outer circle, 100% needs to be sandstone. So, hopefully you did fast forward like a couple minutes before actually finishing this. If not, then this is just basically what you do. Destroy, build. Destroy, build. Like, you don't even need to count it. Just go blah, 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 blah. So, this outer wall, 100% sandstone. Has to be sandstone. The rest of these walls, keep it the same. Keep those oak planks. Don't even mess with that. Don't even think about it. Now, all of this area, you get to fill it all in with sandstone. Doesn't that sound like fun? So we are doing from this wall to this wall to this wall. Here, I'll even... There. Oop, just one row. This wall to this wall. Do, 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 do. And that one all the way over to here. So, now we'll come back to this very middle part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 empty spaces, you get to fill all of it in with sandstone. But leave the wooden planks. Those of you on PC, you have the luxury of /command fill. So basically, you press a few buttons and you can automatically fill all of this in. I don't know if it's as simple as filling this one row in, or if it's just one giant square. I'm not that familiar with it. But fill in those 4 rows all with sandstone. That alone will probably take you a couple hours, if not longer. If you can get a few friends to join you, I definitely recommend it. Now for the innermost circle, make all of this sand. Like all of it, all over. All the way up to the wall. So, to recap, inner circle is sand. The other 4 circles are sandstone. So, you know, take your time. Get some help if you can. This is going to take you a while. It might even take you a couple days. I don't know. It depends how much time you have. And don't forget, you still got this armory to do. Oh boy. This is going to take a long time. Now, this is the end result you should have had. This is the underground armory. Or at least it will be. It's just simply hollowed out. Now, one thing I will say is that I replaced the floor, the walls, and the ceiling all with straight up sandstone. And this outline here, that is the exact circle that I showed you above. From this floor to the ceiling is 10 blocks in total. This sucker is huge. And even with /commands to help me hollow this out, it still took a while because I had to do some stuff by myself. You know, it was fun. And if you guys are building this without the luxury of /commands, OMG, this is going to take you forever. So I hope you have some friends to help you do this. Now, lastly, if you don't do the underground armory right now, it's perfectly fine if you want to wait, but just do it sooner rather than later. I'll leave it at that. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to explain this, and then I'm going to turn around and make the same design on the second part of the circles. So basically, I'm going to show you this twice, so that way I don't confuse anybody. First things first. Whee! So for this step, I am just using dirt. It is only as a reference point, and you can use any old block you want because we're going to be deleting this dirt. So, you know, it's just for reference. But for this next step, we are only using 2 blocks total. We'll go with dirt and glowstones. So let's just go ahead and start with the very outermost circle. First off, you got to find your middle. So, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Go to this side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And bada bing, bada boom. There's your middle. Okay, so grab some dirt, and we want 1 and 2 empty spaces. And now, excuse that noise. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Okay, so 1, 2 dirt, and make yourself a plus symbol here. Now, don't worry, I'm going to explain this basically 2 times. So, if you're lost, just stick it out for a few minutes, and we'll see what's up. Now, grab your dirt. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, boom, make another plus symbol with the glowstone. We are going to do another 5 dirt and plus. 5 dirt, plus, 5 dirt, plus. And you're going to follow that same design until you reach this corner piece. Now, once you reach this corner piece, this one right here is going to be a 6er. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So technically, this right here is the exact middle of the outer circle. And we're going to do another plus. Now, let me explain this in a little bit more greater details. Here, it'll be easier to explain on this one. So, because we still have the wooden stuff right here for our circle, and over here, we don't, because that one had to be the sandstone. This one will show it a little bit better. So here's our 2, after we found the middle. Now, the idea is to have a plus with the glowstone touching the wall. We'll say touching the wood. It's got to touch it, but it's not got to be on top of it. See what I'm saying? Now, this dirt, it doesn't matter if you put it here or even up here. Bottom line is, between this glowstone piece and this glowstone piece, you need 5 empty spaces. So wherever you want to put this dirt, it make no difference as long as it's 5. And the plus symbol's got to be touching the wood, not on top of it. 5 dirt, a plus symbol, touching but not on top of the wood. 5 plus, touching, not on top. And you basically follow the exact same pattern. You know, 5 empty spaces, then a plus. 5 and then a plus. Until you reach the very middle, well, the corner of this circle. And don't worry, I'll show you this, guys, a second time. So the outer circle right here, this here is the corner piece, which we had our 6. Now this one happens to be the middle piece also, but this one here is just a straight up 5. And that worked out pretty good. And technically it's touching the corner of the wood, but, you know, that's how it is. Now the third circle is the exact same thing. You find the middle, you get your plus. 5 plus, 5 plus, etc., etc., all the way until the middle. Now, fortunately, this circle and this circle, the middle ones line up perfectly, so you don't need to do anything extra. Just keep on going 5. It's only this outer one that's got to be that 6 right in this one spot. Now, this sukkah, we are not building any pillars at all here. This is going to be a straight wall. So grab your sandstone, and we need to go 10 high in total. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's all. But the fun part is, this entire circle here, we get to bring it all up, right up to here. Yep. This entire circle is going to be one giant wall of 10 blocks. And lastly, this innermost circle is also going to be 10. Yay! So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we are not going to worry about ceilings or extra floors, but for now, go ahead and build one line of sandstone, just so you know it's the correct height, and it's all lined up. Alright, now let me show you and give you better details. I hope I'm not losing anybody. It's possible I lost you already, but this next step should help you. And I tell you what, let's start with circle number 3. That way I really don't lose anybody. Excuse me. Okay, so we have our middle, 2 dirt. Now we need a plus symbol. It's touching the wood. Bada bing, bada boom. Does that make sense? Touch the wood, not on top of it. Now dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we need another plus. Now we know we can't do that because it's touching the wood. So we need to do this. Ba-boom. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this case, we can just do this. And so on and so forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a plus. Now, if you feel you got the design down, go ahead and skip ahead, because I am going to show this full corner on all 3 of these circles. Your choice. Alright. Now, you could just start right on this corner, but you don't want to overlap the wood. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means you got to do this. Boom. Same thing if you did. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dirt. Then your plus. The plus is touching the wood and lined up with the dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we are going to want, boom, there we go. Touch the wood, lined up with the dirt. And one thing you could do is we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now it's lined up with that. And now we need, see, we can't do that one. We got to do this one. We got to go way up here. Click. Yep. Touch the dirt and the plus symbol. And look, check it out. We are already in the middle. That is the exact middle. So here's a tip. When you reach the middle, or even, we should have actually stopped right here, right before the middle. Come on over here. Okay, first, where's that middle? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And boom, right there's the middle. Okay, so you are dirt. We need 2 there. We need our plus symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need another plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will want to go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like this way. Okay. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Why am I using that one? Alright, so I hope everyone understands what I'm doing. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. It's lined up perfectly. And here, let me, there we go. Lined up with the glowstone. Lined up with the glowstone. And the perfectly right in the center. Lovely, right? Alright, so now that that has done, let me do this corner. I'm going this way just so I can explain it better for you guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think that one should be the middle. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, that one's the middle. Okay, so there's a 1, 2 on that side, a 1, 2 on that side. But this time, hold up a second. Where's the corner? Alright, corner is right here. So, we're going to come right back to that. Hold that thought. We're coming right back to that. 2 dirt. Plus symbol. Touching the wood, lined up with the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus symbol. Lined up with the wood, lined up with the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit lined up with the wood, lined up with the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Boom. Lined up with the dirt, lined up with the wood. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one we are going to want, whoops. Okay, wood, dirt. Let's see here. You gotta kind of visualize where that plus symbol is going to be. Alright, we're almost at that corner. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make ourselves the plus symbol. Okay, now here we are at the corner. We're at the corner piece. So, come over here to the flat spots. And get your middle spot again. Okay? And your 2s on your sides. Because technically, that middle piece plus 2 plus 2. That's a 5 piece right there. Haha! Now that corner piece, we are going this way. Alright, we got our plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops! Plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus. Now remember, the glowstone is lined up with the wood and lined up with the dirt. 5 spaces in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would mean right here. Okay. Lined up with the dirt, lined up with the wood. Alright. Now if we pause right there, see we got the 2 spots there, then diagonal? Well, there's the 2 spots there. Hold up. There we go. There's the 2 spots there, then diagonal. So basically, we're going to meet in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just so it's a straight line. So we want here. Alright, again, lined up with the glowstone. Lined up with the glowstone. Lined up with the wood. Now here, remember to turn when you're at the corner piece. See, we're going that way. And we gotta turn. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me make this straighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so since we are on the corner piece of this circle, and we are not lined up with the glowstone. So, how do we fix this? Easy. Easy peasy. Basically, we take this, we're basically just pushing it forward by 1 block. Because look, it's still lined up with the dirt, and now it is lined up with this dirt. And all we had to do was shove it over a tiny bit. and it is still lined up with the wood. The corners, but we're on the corner piece. So that's pretty good. Alright, so that's pretty much the gist of it. You start here in the middle. You make your way to the corner. Here. You stop. You come over here to this side. Make your middle. And then go back to the corner you just stopped at. And then you meet in the middle. And that is circle number 2. And just to recap, this circle number 3, this here's the middle piece. Now it's a little bit closer to the wood than what we just barely did. The circle 2 is on the corner of the wood. Circle 3 is touching the wood a little more closer, while still being lined up with the dirt on both sides. I hope I didn't lose anybody. There's a small chance I did. I mean, I hope not. And I'll show you one last time for the outer circle. Now, it's kind of hard to tell where the wall is because it's all the same color. So, it's fun, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. First, let's find our middle. Alright. A 2 on both sides. Now we're going that way. So, got to remember this outer wall is a no touchy. Alright, just like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Touchy, yeah, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying. I hope so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a plus. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, we're going to have to go here. Whoops. There. Now, if you guys remember the end of episode 1, I forgot to turn all of this outer wall into sandstone. It was all wood. So, had anyone kind of made it wood and forgot about it like I did, then this step here would actually be easier. Funny how things work out. Okay. Oop, and now you see we're almost at that corner. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure this is lined up without going over this outer wall. Just like so. Now, if you do mess up on any of this stuff, all it's really going to do is mess up your symmetry. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if this is 1 block off, you probably won't even notice it. So, you know. Okay, now this one needs to go like that. And now we are definitely at the corner. So this time around, we are going to stop right here. Rush on over to the other side here. Whee! Find our middle and go that way. And I'll go ahead and show this part. But this will be the last part of these thingies I show. Wait, is that? Yep. There and there. It's definitely hard without this outer wall being wood. Okay. Dirt. And we're almost at that corner piece. All right, and now all that's left is this one corner piece, which is going to be 6 instead of 5. And this is the only circle and the only location that we will ever do more than these 5s. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here. Line that sucker up without touching the wall. And come over here. Go ahead and do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lined up with that glowstone. Now here, we need to go. Alright, lined up with the dirt. Lined up with the wall. Come over here and turn. Now you remember a few minutes ago how we did another corner piece and we had to, it's this one right in front of me, how we had to move it forward by 1 so it's on these corners? Well, this is exactly what we're going to do. So come over here and we are just simply pushing you forward. So you're still lined up with the dirt. You are technically lined up with the corner pieces. And you're lined up here. Alright, so I hope I explained this enough to not confuse anybody. I'm pretty sure I confused someone. Oh boy. So you're going to do this exact design on the outer circle, circle number 2, and circle number 3. Number 4 and number 5 is nothing but a wall. A 10-block wall. Now don't worry about filling in any floors right now, because this is just a one line, just to make sure it's all even. So this wall, bring up by 10. All the way around. Same with this one. Both of these 2 inner walls are going to be straight 10 high. This is definitely going to take you a long time to do, I tell you. And just like this, 3 circles with all of these glowstones. Finish that. So we got 2 walls and 3 circles worth of glowstone and dirt. Once you get all 3 of these done, here, float up above them and just simply check them out. They are all lined up perfectly. And once you get to the middle, the corner piece, you turn and look, they're still lined up. Symmetry. Oh, I love symmetry. Do-do-do-do-do. So let's see here. Counting from this corner, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, being that middle of the corner, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on one corner. This is the end result of what we had. Now all this dirt we are going to get rid of in a minute, but first I want to show you stuff. So, we got our plus symbol. Grab your sandstone stairs. Let's just say this is the front part. Place 3 on the front. Go to the back. 1, 2, and 3. Go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the other side. Boom, 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 boom. And bada bing, bada boom. That is the very bottom of the pillar design. Now, if you are new to using stairs in this fashion, okay, here, I purposely did this one wrong just to show you. Sometimes these stairs can be a little finicky, so just delete it, rebuild it. Delete it, rebuild it, and boom. It will eventually curve in the correct direction. Or like if you do that, no, that's not right. So delete, build. Delete, build. Whoops. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to put that one there. It's all about having the correct angle. Haha. Okay. Oh, and that glowstone, we can just keep it right there. We don't need to move it or anything. Alright, now before we move on, there's one thing I want to point out for this outer circle. Let's see here. It is here. Now, normally this part here is just perfectly fine, but because these stairs are going to overlap for that one little block, I am going to push this glowstone forward by 1 block. So, get rid of you. There. So that, if you remember from the last episode, it's still lined up with the dirt, and technically, it is lined up with this corner. And this way, when we place our stair foundation, whatever you want to call it, there, it doesn't overlap. And just to make sure I'm not messing anything up, I'll do this one too. Okay. So technically we now have 1, 2, and 3. 3 empty spaces in between the pillars when the dirt was 5. And the only reason it's slightly different than my original design is because this bottom part here, it wasn't factored into the design. So that's why it looks slightly different, and there's only 3 empty spots instead of the 5. If that doesn't confuse anybody. But anyway, for any blocks that we need to move forward, there is literally 4 total on each corner. That's all. Just 4. So right here, they are on the corners, but we need to move it forward. Jets by 1. Boom. So it's still on that corner, but we can get our stairs in without overlapping anything. Or destroying the wrong block. Okay. Yeah, that one came out perfect. Now, I already went ahead and marked these suckers, but pretty much any of them that are right here on the corners. Like, here's the exact middle, where we did our 6 and our other 6. There's 1 there. There's 1 there. And that's it until you get to the other corner. Do-do-do-do. 1 there. Another there. Boom, we're at the middle. And then 1 and 1 and so on and so forth. So that's pretty simple to take care of. So do that real quick. And when you're done, all of this dirt, get rid of it all because we won't need it. Okay, and now that all of that dirt is gone, it looks so much better, doesn't it? I showed you these stairs all around the glowstones. That is 100% accurate, so don't worry about it. There's one thing I want to point out. Let's see here. Where? Yeah, here's one. Here, let me just do this. Okay, now when you make these stair designs, make sure you do not go over the wood. See? It's like we do need one more stair there, but we want to keep this wood design because we're basically going to have to be bringing this circle up 10 blocks once these pillars are done. And at the end of this project, we will go back and just simply cover that up. But not for a while. Oh, like this one. This is a perfect one. Okay, there's that. Now normally we would put one stair there and two stair there. But we need the wood design to go up. Does that make sense? I hope so. Now, we're not going to mess with this glowstone. It's staying right where it is. So all you got to do is that. Or if you really get confused on it, just don't do it. That way the wood design is perfectly clear. And when we bring this circle up, then you can come back and do these later. Your choice, really. You okay? So that's that. And you're going to do the stair design on every single one. And as you can see, I've already done that off camera. Now, did I explain these first two walls at the... If not, the inner circle goes up by 10 blocks total. The second circle goes up by 10 blocks total. That's all. Just nothing special. This wall here will eventually be broken out and it's going to go down to the armory. And this wall here is eventually going to be broken out and it's going to be an entrance into a staircase that leads like right up to here. But that's another day. Now, one last thing. I know I'm saying a lot of information at the start. Now, the original design was like this. It had no stairs on the bottom. So, by adding the stairs, we have decreased the amount of space we have. So, let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 empty spaces. And the original design gave us 5. So, that one is kind of plain and blech. Doing this is definitely much better. However, if I could make any changes, I would make sure there would be 5 in between each of these. So 1, 2, 3. I would make sure there is 5 before the stair design. But in order to do that, oh boy, we would have to change every single pillar placement. I'm not doing that. Tell you the truth, I'm not doing that. It's fine. I'm going to take a look at it. Granted, they're kind of close, but it's doable. And here, I even got another thing over here. Now, this right here, this side is what we're building. This side is the 5 empty spaces in between that I was just talking about. So, the left side may be kind of close. The right side might have been preferred, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's just stick with this side. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. Alright, now we can finally get on to the pillar design. Yay! So, we got our plus. We got our stairs. If you want to do the stairs last, after we raise the circle, it's up to you. So, that glowstone is block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all. 10 tall. Now these sides, they are going to go straight up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, hold up 1 second. Click. Let's do this. Put a plus on the very top on block 10. Okay? And this one, we want a glowstone under it. I mean, you don't really have to use the glowstones. I'm just basically copying the bottom design for the top. So let's count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, then a glowstone. Okay? Now come on up here. Make yourself a square. Alright, now this square from that middle needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 3 and 5. Okay, so this square is 5 by 5. Just like that. Now grab your sandstone, and we're going to do this upside down. 1, 2, 3. Go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bada bing, bada boom. That's our pillar. And here, I'll show you one more time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Get me a plus. Let's just plop a glowstone there so we don't get confused. And boom, just bring this all the way up. Boom. And make sure this top is a 5. So that's a 1. Really, just bring it out by 2. Right? Oop. Forgot how to count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And now upside down stairs. There. Pretty simple, right? Now I will point out, we are going to have torches on these pillars. It is completely optional. If you want to do it now, go for it. If you want to do it at the end of this project, it's all you. So we have 1, 2, 3. That is technically 3 blocks high. And all you do is place it on the corners. Boom. That's all. Every single pillar is going to have those 4 torches on it. Do it now or do it another day. It's your choice. Now, if you want to connect these pillars from the front to the back, only do 1 line. Do not do anything more, because we are going to need to see this wooden circle, which I am about to explain. That's a pillar. That's a pillar. Sandstone. Connect. Connect them side to side. Okay? Now this is the part that's going to get a little tricky, and it involves this bottom circle. Basically, when you are connecting these pillars, you need to line this outer wall up with that circle. So in this case, just like that. And here's a little trick. Grab a sand. Yep, it landed right where we wanted it to go. And now this one, does that need to go one more? No, it doesn't. Okay. So remember a couple episodes ago I was saying there's like hidden circles in here? Well, this is more or less what I'm talking about. Yep, perfect. And that is what you do for that. Okay, so here's what I want y'all to do. I want you to get these pillars, this, on every single one of those. And don't forget, we got 180 pillars just on this first floor. That is definitely going to take a while. And to make matters simple, after you get them, just simply follow that wood design for right here. Throw down a sand if you need to know if you're placing it in the right spot. We'll go back through and delete those sand pieces later. But bring these circles up to the top of this pillar. So that's your goal for make the pillars, bring the circles up. And you're doing the circle on this middle one, the outer one, and this third one. And I ain't going to lie, that's going to take a long time to do. After several hours, days, or even weeks, we are finally done with the first floor. Whew! Now, as long as you got your pillars here with your square tops, and you followed the circle and brought it up on every single one here, you're good. And of course, you got these two inner walls. Now, if you have not done the underground armory, now's a very good time to do it. This inner circle, we are doing absolutely nothing with it. It is staying right where it is. We will decorate it more at the end of the build, but for now, we are done with that one circle. Now, second circle, we are going to bring this wall up 10 more spots. Now, last video for floor 1, I could have said, hey, bring this entire wall up by 20 instead of 10, but I wanted to keep this floor by floor, step by step. You know, don't get ahead of yourself. That's the goal, at least. Alright, so, grab your sandstone. Now, this wall right here is 0. Count that as 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can even plop one glowstone there if you want, just so you know, hey, that's 10, don't go over. Now, this entire second circle, bring it all the way up here. The entire circle. From here, all the way to here. Pretty simple. And now for the bad news. You remember all those 180 pillars we just got done building? Well, guess what? We get to do it again. That's right. Because floor 2 has the exact same amount of pillars. 180. And just to be clear, that is this outer circle, this next circle, and this third circle. And of course, that's going to be just a straight up wall. Now, there's a couple options to do this. Now, you can just eyeball it, which for the most part is pretty simple. I mean, it's like it's right there, so I can easily tell it was right about there. Yeah, that's about right. However, there is a slight chance you're going to be one block off. So, assuming that you built these pillars with glowstone, like I said, here, just chop these top ones off, and look, our glowstone is right there. Bada bing, bada boom. And remember, this one is 0. This is 1. Whoops. Now, I'm sure PC players have some kind of mod out there that will let you copy and paste this for the second floor. That's cheating. Cheaters. But to be honest, I don't really know if a mod exists for that. I do not use mods for PC or Minecraft, and I definitely don't use mods for these Minecraft tutorials. I build it all by hand, with the exception of /fill commands for the floors, which, yeah, we'll get to those floors another day. Now keep in mind these plus symbols with the glowstone, that is optional, but I highly recommend doing it. Because like here, let's see here, it's there. I think this right here is where it was. Yeah, take a closer look. You're wrong, you are off. So however you want to redo these pillars, I highly recommend just doing this. And make sure you bring this glowstone up by 1 and chop this part off. So just like floor 1, you build your pluses with glowstone. You go all 3 of these circles all the way around. And then the pillars are 100% identical. So grab your stairs, 1, 2, 3, go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and all the way back around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hope you don't get dizzy. Whee! Alright, now from here, remember, this wall is 0. These stairs are 1. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just like before, make yourself a plus. Put a glowstone under it. Now bring these sides up. Okay. And remember, that part there's the middle. And technically these got to be 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3. Go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. And another thing is, make sure you are lined up perfectly with that wall with regular sand. Get rid of you. Now go underneath this thing. Same thing as down there, only we're upside down. 1, 2, 3. Turn. 1, 2, 3. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, after you do that, you connect them. Boom, boom, boom. Now, at the very least, make sure you connect the front part. This back part, if you want to skip it and not fill in this one part here, yeah, we can allow that. Yeah, because take a look over here. Yes, I did my squares for the pillars, but when I filled it in, I followed the circle up, and that was it. I didn't do anything behind it. It's one thing you can definitely skip. And just keep following this. Now, if you really, really want to, you could just follow this circle before you even build the pillars. Your choice. But pillars, then this. And look. Ah, perfect. How about this one? Oh, I'm a block off. Nice. And that's basically the entire second floor. Explain how to build the third floor, the fourth floor, and the fifth and final floor of this Coliseum. Now, I've explained how to build these pillars in previous tutorials, so I'm not going to explain them any further. Okay, so to make this simple, this is circle 1. This is circle 2. And this is circle 3. Okay, so starting at circle 3, we no longer need to do pillars on circle 3. And this is why we brought the circle up, just like so. We get to bring this up 10 blocks total. Remember that this right here is number 0. So you start right there at number 1, and you go all the way up 10 blocks. Exactly like we did with these other walls. 10 blocks total. And you bring circle 3, the entire thing up to 10. Just this one row. Just that. Pretty simple, right? Alright, now come on over to circle number 2. We are going to do more pillars. And of course, just like before, make your plus. Remember, this row right here is number 0. Boom, boom. This right here is number 1. And you build it up all the way to number 10. Just like you did with the first floor and the second floor. Now you're going to build these pillars on circle 2 all the way around the entire Coliseum. Now, come on back over to circle number 1. Can you guess what we're going to do? Oh, yuck. We are going to boom, 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 build another row of pillars all the way around circle 1. And of course, this right here is number 0. This is number 1. And you're bringing it up 10 blocks. Doo-doo-doo. So floor 3 is going to be pretty simple. The only question is, how many pillars is circle 1 and circle 2? I did not count. Hey, somebody count them. I want to know what the number is, but at the same time, I don't. Alright, so now we are on floor 4. Number 4. Okay, so come on over here. Now remember, this right here is circle 3, which we did nothing but a wall, and we're not doing anything further. So, boop, 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 boop. Come on over to circle number 2. Now remember, this right here is 0. This right here is 1. This one is going to be nothing but a wall, and of course that's 1, all the way up to 10 blocks, just like every single one of these suckers. So, this circle 2 is going to be nothing but a wall when you are on floor 4. Circle 1, floor 4 is going to be nothing but one more row of pillars around the entire Coliseum. And lastly, floor 5 is just circle 1, nothing but a wall. And of course, that is 0, this is 1, and you bring it up 10 blocks. It's that simple. And of course, on every row of pillars, don't forget to connect them just like this. And make sure you follow the circle that's right below you. And grab some sand to make sure you're lined up. Whoops, I'm a block off. Click. Boom. Just like that. Make sure you do that for floor 3 and floor 4, wherever there's pillars. I mean, you should know this by now, but if not, friendly reminder. Those of you building this, when you make it to this part of the tutorial, I want you to go ahead and do exactly what I just did. Build that one wall, build a row of pillars, a wall, more pillars, and a wall. This will help you remember what is what. So this circle is going to be nothing but a wall. This circle is going to be pillars. This circle is going to be pillars. Move up. Another circle of pillars. A circle of walls. Don't need to do anything. And move it on up. Last one's nothing but a wall. Now, I know you're going to be tempted to fill in these floors, but do not do this now. We will come back to it another time. That's pretty much it, folks. Floors 3, 4, and 5 is going to be real simple. And by the time you get to this last floor, oh my god, you're going to love it. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting goosebumps. Like, oh, just look at this sucker. Slowly but surely, it is coming together. Alright, well that's it for this tutorial. Pretty simple, right? Thank y'all for watching. Hello YouTube, and welcome to the next part of my Coliseum tutorial. Now, just to recap, in the last tutorial, I showed you how to do the floor 3, floor 4, and floor 5. And I don't know about you guys, but whoo-wee, I am so glad those walls are finally done. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, now go ahead and set the time to night, and if you don't know the slash command is this, time set night, and enter of course. Now we need to decide what corner do we want the throne room on, and the reason I said switch to night is because we know the sun will set there, and the sun will rise here in the morning. And really that's the only thing that's going to affect the location of where you put the throne room. Example, I have decided to go with the south end, which is right here. So, if I have the time cycle activated, I can sit there in the throne room, watch some people fight. The sun will rise in the east and set in the west. But really, that choice is completely up to yours. I mean, if you want to go on north, have the sun rise here and set there, that's perfectly fine. Or maybe you would prefer to sit here and have the sun rise directly in front of you. Or set right in front of you. Choice is yours. And I will say, no matter what corner you place this on, it will not affect the tutorial in any way. Me, I just decided to go with the south end. Now once you have decided where the throne room is going to go, come on down to the very first wall that we did. Now for me, I just went with south. Plop a glowstone there and a glowstone there. Now we are going to come back to this design a little bit later. I just simply wanted to get the location marked before we get any further into the project. Okay, now from this spot where you're going to put your throne room, go forward and turn to your right. We are going to this first flat spot. Come on down here and just go bam, 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 bam. So this will be one of the entranceways, but we're going to come back to it. I just wanted to get the location marked for us, just like we did with the throne room. Okay, now that the entrance location has been marked, come on over straight ahead and just either place an X or just something that will tell you, hey, this is going to be the front of the Coliseum. And now for the fun part. Grab your sandstone stairs, and assuming you built these pillars just the way I described it at the beginning of this tutorial, we have a few corners that we need to fix. And the only reason we're doing this now instead of the beginning is because we really needed that circle design. But now is the time to fill it in. And I just want to point out, if you skipped ahead in this tutorial just to see what the next step is and you see me doing this now, let me say, these walls are a requirement before you do this step. Trust me on this. Just get these walls up, then you can go down and fix that. Walls first, then this. Don't take shortcuts. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Now this is going to take you a couple minutes. Now which ones? Okay, like this one. Click, click. Whoops. And that one's good. And that one there. Okay. Now, the first circle, you don't have to worry about it. The second circle, you do. And the third circle, you do. So that's 2 out of 3 circles you need to check. Check the bottoms. Check the tops. And definitely doing that. To make life simple, just check all of the bottom ones first. Bottom, 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 bottom. Finish this circle. Come over to the next circle. Go around the entire thing. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Now when this entire circle is done, and this entire circle is done, go and look up. Ah, there's one there. And continue until you get this entire circle done. Come over here and do this entire circle. Whoop, there's one right there. And then, of course, when you get this floor 2, do that. Now, when you have stuff like this, just grab yourself a sandstone and fill it in real quick, just like that. So, do the bottom of floor 2, do the top of floor 2. The bottom of floor 3, the top of floor 3. Now, just remember, you only have to do this for that circle and this circle. It's a bit of a pain, but just do it. Okay, so once all of your pillars have been checked and fixed in any way that they are needed, come on down here with your sandstone, and we can finally get rid of this circle design. We have had this circle design since the very start of this project, and we can finally get rid of it. So, get rid of this circle completely, get rid of this circle completely. And this entranceway, just leave that part there. We'll come back to that another day. Okay, and now that the floor is finally fixed, now we can finally build the floors. And just to be clear, from this spot here, we're going to build all the way there. We're going to go from here all the way there. And we are going to go from here all the way to the wall. So that's this entire part here, the entire Coliseum, there, and there. Now, when you get to this wall, for now, go ahead and leave this part here just the way it is. We'll come back to that one another day. But once you fill in the floor for the entire first floor, come on up and do the same thing for the second floor. Going to fill in all of this. Going to fill in all of this. And going to fill in all of this. And moving on up, I think you guys know the what's next. Fill in all of this. Fill in all of this. Moving on up. Fill in all of this. And at that part, we are at the very top. Woohoo! So really, that's just going to be it for this video. We picked out our location for the throne room. We picked out what is going to be the front of the Coliseum and marked it with an X. We fixed every pillar that needed those minor changes. Got rid of the original brown circle that we no longer need. And now we're going to fill in all of these wonderful floors. That's going to take you a while. I hope you have access to /fill commands, because you're going to want it for that one. And when you're done with all of that, we can move on to the next step. Now, even though we built a lot, there's still a lot more to do. I am just getting started. Thanks for watching, folks.